Wow, Sandra Bullock. Her most engaging, powerful role ever. I mean, this shows all of her range. If you never thought Sandra Bullock could act, this movie will shut you up. Un- uh, totally, total. I mean, she went there. Like, she went to another someone else's body, whatever, and pulled a role out of her ass. Like, I didn't think she could pull this off. I mean, the lack of makeup. Um, So Unforgiven. She plays a convict. She does 20 years. She's perceived as a cop killer. Backstory is she was protecting her little sister, and I guess either ex-husband or brother or something wanted her out of the house. They sent the sheriff, and subsequently the sheriff is killed. And then Sandra's character does 20 years. She gets out. She's looking for her little sister. She's been writing letters. Little sister has been adopted, and pretty much all memories of whatever has been wiped from her mind, and all any inclinations that she had an older sister totally disregarded. So it pretty much tells the struggles of a convict getting out of prison after a lengthy incarceration stay, and the adjustments that a lot of convicts have to make and do and endure, making their transition from prison back into society. This resonated with me deeply because I am a former inmate at one point. And even though my transition was nowhere near as bad, but I knew a lot of former inmates and convicts that had issues because they didn't have a support system. And then coupled with this, in this movie, she's deemed as a cop killer. So she ends up getting a job at a fish factory. She also does a part time job because she can do carpentry. And there's this people in town just hate her guts because they think she killed the sheriff. And then at one point, Vincent D'Onofrio is in this. Viola Davis is in this. They're the married couple. I'm not going to get into the interracial aspect of it. That's neither here nor there. Vincent D'Onofrio is an attorney. She takes on Sandra's plight to help her reconnect with her long lost sister. She meets with the adopted family, and it goes left. The mother says, "Hey, I never destroyed your letters." The father's like, "I don't want her to have nothing to do with her." The mother, of course, she's a mother, and she understands. So then the crazy part is the two sons of the dead sheriff from years ago still harbor a grudge. The one oldest son has been following her, tracking her, stalking her, plotting his revenge. So before we get to the third act, so it comes out that once Sandra's character goes to the lawyer's house, Vincent D'Onofrio. Her and Viola have that epic exchange of back and forth words. Then it come to find out it was a little sister that shot and killed the sheriff. So while on the phone with whoever was trying to kick her out the home, she's like, "I'm not coming out. If you come in, I got a gun." So come to find out, the sheriff goes to the back door. Her little sister picks up the shotgun, and as the sheriff walks in through the back door, her little sister shoots the sheriff in the face, killing him with the shotgun. So you see the trailer when Viola and Sandra are doing it back and forth. She's like, that's when Sandra said she was only 5. She was only 5, and then Viola asks, "Well, what happened?" And that's when it comes out it was the little sister that actually pulled the trigger, and not Big Sis. Big Sis took the rap. Nice twist, nice twist. And then further along, the older son tracks her to her second job, kidnaps her, or kidnaps the adopted daughter's, the adopted sister's sister, right? So there's the family that adopted Sandra's daughter, and then they have their own daughter. So the son kidnaps the actual daughter in exchange for Sandra. So then there's this standoff, and then there's this pleading, and so basically, the older son kind of gives up. The cops are outside. There's this relationship between Sandra and a parole officer. Parole officers can be dicks. Usually are dicks because they don't really believe in second chances like that. I felt that resonate. I mean, like I said, her exchange with her and the parole officer, I felt that. I understood that. Empathized totally. So then at the end, the son, the kidnapper, gives up. And then towards the end, as the parole officer shows up, he say, "Hey, that's my parolee. Let her go. She's good." He doesn't violate her. So as they walk into his car, her sis, her long lost sister actually walks up to her and gives her a hug after the family comes and consoles the daughter, and they're told what happened and what she did to save their daughter. The long lost sister comes to and gives her a hug and embraces her. Jeez, this was a roller coaster of a movie, because the whole time you're not trying to feel bad for Sandra's character, but then you once you realize and you see how what she's going through, she's attacked at work, she's called a cop killer. John Bernthal's in this movie as well. John Bernthal is turning into the white version of Samuel L. Jackson. He's in everybody's movie. It doesn't matter how big the role is, he'll take the role. And I that was a nice surprise. And then they had a relationship. He was like, "Hey, I'm a former convict too. I've been out a year." And then he, explains why he kind of backed off of her and didn't help her because he was scared, and seeing her go through that kind of triggered his own emotions. So nice little surprise to see John Bernthal in this movie. So that was my movie review for, I think it's called The Unforgiven or Unforgivable. Forgive me if I butcher the title. It's either Unforgivable or The Unforgiven. I forget. But it's still a good movie nonetheless. Y'all have a good one. Peace.